U.S. military on Tuesday identified 4 of the first American soldiers killed in the war against Iran as the Trump administration warned the intensifying conflict would lead to more American casualties. Among 6 U.S. military deaths so far, the 4 soldiers were members of an Iowa unit of the U.S. Army Reserve. They died on Sunday when a drone slammed into a U.S. military facility in Port Shuaiba, Kuwait. The Pentagon said 4 ranged in ages from 20 to 42 and served in the 103rd Sustainment Command from Des Moines, Iowa, part of the Army's global logistics and supply operation. You know, Ambassador Fabian, I was speaking to Major General Dwivedi earlier, and I was speaking to him about these pictures, which were the first thing that I looked at this morning before coming to work. And, you know, I just realized that these 4 military personnel in the US, there was one person who was only 20 years old, as we were telling our viewers. And I was just thinking about the fact that was this war really, really needed? Because there's so much loss of innocent lives on both sides. What would you like to say?
First, to the bereaved families, any death is to be condoled, and failure to condole death or to condemn those who kill is serious, shows, I would say, moral bankruptcy. Now, I agree with you, this is an unnecessary war, and in fact, one of the most unnecessary wars in history, because the justifications given by President Trump and his senior aides, they contradict each other. And let me get it right. Under Obama's JCPOA 2015, Iran had agreed not to make any nuclear weapon, and the IAEA had full access. So there was no question of Iran's making a nuclear weapon. Now, the more recent Oman facilitated talks had almost reached an agreement, as Oman Foreign Minister has said in a video, First Nation Post or something like that, which I have seen. And in fact, Iran agreed to have zero stockpiling of nuclear material. Imagine that, not zero enrichment and zero stockpiling, and down blending the uranium it has into something which cannot be used for bomb purposes. In other words, Trump was able to get a deal stronger than that of Obama, and he could have easily gone to town claiming, I am the deal maker, I have done it. Now the question is, why didn't he do that? And my answer to that is, Netanyahu has strong influence on Trump. There can be reasons which we can speculate, but basically it is Netanyahu's war, and even Professor John Mearsheimer also has said the same thing. It is Netanyahu's war, and he has succeeded in roping in Trump.
Right. Now we have some breaking military